there, my Virgo collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for November 2019. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Got Mal? It's my initials. My friends call me Mal. Although, you know, I have friends who will insist on calling me Mark, but that's okay, whatever. I am the Mark Angel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. Virgo sun, Pisces moon, Leo rising, Venus in Libra. Oh yeah, these are the ones that I try and be careful with, right? Professional witch, professional intuitive, and president of Joining the Circle Productions, 21 plus years in business. Been reading cards since I'm 12 years old if you're new to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please do like and subscribe. I'm shooting for that 1,000 subscriber mark so I can do super live chat because it's just going to be a fucking hoot. And it's just more people to help and serve. You're feeling me, Virgo, right? I got 4 planets, Virgo, second house, girl. That's how I was built. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for following along. A couple of things, let's get some business out of the way. The Path of True Love reads are about you. Yes, of course, other people are involved because the Path of True Love itself is about your spiritual journey, your healing path, your hero's journey through the lens of your relationships of all different shapes and sizes and kinds. And, you know, the form doesn't matter. It's all about the content of the relationship, that everything is happening for us, right? That everything that comes into our lives is here to help us, but we don't have to like it. We can absolutely hate it. But nonetheless, in retrospect, we usually look back if we have the eyes to see. It's like, oh my God, that was the worst, best thing that ever could have happened for me, but look at how much I've grown. So it's not about making the personality happy. It's not about feeding the ego. It's about healing the soul, or the soul coming in to heal the ego, the personality. And the personality and the ego are not the same thing. We need to stop confusing those two things. That's another conversation. Remember, this is a general read. So if it does not resonate with you 100%, it's fine. It's just not your read. But there may be pieces here and there. We're only picking 7 cards, 1 card from seven different decks, different pantheons of deity, including your higher self, to just kind of show you, like GPS, where you are. And that's why whenever I do a zodiacal read, meaning a reading of the zodiac Virgos, of course you knew that, grammar, vocabulary. That's why I always do at least sun, moon, rising sign. I'll throw in Venus for a relationship read, Mercury for Mercury retrograde, Mars for sex read, you know. And those are all the inner planets. I don't know that I want to go do Jupiter and all of that. Maybe. We'll see. Because it takes a year for it to stay in a sign, so it would really be just like everybody for a whole year in that. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they guide me to do. What else? Oh, yes. All the decks that I am reading are in the description box below, along with a link. I think it's the first link I put in there for a workshop series that I taught 2 years ago, put up on Vimeo on demand, called The Path of True Love. And it is the foundation of the ebook that is in process, my 3rd ebook, The Path of True Love from a Professional Witch. The links for my other books are in there. So just go have a look, right? Take you right to my website. You go have a look. You don't got to buy it if you don't want to, but you can. You can if you want to. What else? Oh yes, we're going to be doing Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine in this, but not like in a twin flame read or a soulmate read where it's you and another person, you're predominantly one or the other. This is both of your Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energies, because it's all about marrying those two together. You want to get married, marry those two together, right? Might have to do a little interior Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine marriage counseling here and there and everywhere, but hey, it's all about healing, right? Cool. Is that it? Is that all? Anything else you guys want me to say? No, I think we're good. Let's have fun. All right. This Caroline Mace archetype deck, we're going to pull 1 card to represent you, my Virgo brothers and sisters. The dominant soul contract, soul power, archetypal pattern that we need to alchemize from lead to gold, right? By the way, how are you enjoying this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio? Ex-lover flash flood! Oh, honey. Good time to be single, gotta say. They all come back. You just get to watch it all happen. Yeah, it should be fun to watch. Isn't that right, Melchior? I don't know when my cat's fucking... Oh, I guess they know when I'm working. Here, come sit with Mama. Come on up. Come on up, bugger. You sit. You sit. Lay down, lay down. Cutest fucking thing. Lay down, my youngest. I love you. I love you. Lay down. No, I just wanted my attention. He's a Taurus. Not shocked. Okay, ready? Let's get down to business. Oh, please breathe. Now you're going to anyway, but the more conscious you are of your breath, right? Inhaling everything you need from spirit, exhaling everything that needs to go, not all at once, right? You're not going to inhale complete, total unity consciousness, integrate it, and then exhale all of the old patterning all in one go. That sounds like a nervous fucking breakdown. What that sounds like. No, be gentle, right? We're Virgos. We're the filters. We'll take our time. Knight of Pentacles. That it? That's it. Here we go. Breathe. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves of all involved, please, one card to represent the dominant archetype within this Virgo collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. They can alchemize from lead to gold. Oh, we've got the witch. Now this is, she gives you blank cards. I actually made this card because there wasn't a card for the witch in it. So the light attribute and the shadow attribute, which are usually written upon the card, I'm just going to have to do because I'm a witch. To my bones, to my blood, and to my boots. I'm wearing my grinders today. It's raining and I have to go vote later. It's a short walk. All right, so let's talk the witch archetype here. So we all know the Wicked Witch. We're going to start with the shadow. What is the Wicked Witch? Total private agenda, right? Totally shit in the shadows. Black candles and pins at midnight on a Saturday, moon in Scorpio. You know what I mean? Just like evil, wicked, mean, and nasty because it's toxic. It's painful, right? There's pain. There's unprocessed pain. There's emotional baggage. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, doing magic to right a wrong. That would definitely be on the light side of the witch. So this whole idea of black magic and white magic and all of that, that's old 3D paradigm. Fifth dimensional witchcraft. Oh, there's a good title for a book. Quick, copyright that. Fifth dimensional witchcraft, you get that blessings and curses are all the same thing, right? It's just one movement of energy. What's the difference? Your intent. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot banish someone. Now, even if you're not a witch, even if you have no idea about witchcraft at all, then definitely go check out my Vimeo page because I got classes up on there you can watch. But we're looking here about wisdom, right? If we're going to talk about what archetypal family is the witch in, though, you could say the divine family. Not every witch is necessarily interested in working with the divine, right? But it's about wisdom, right? It's what the word means. It means wise one, gender neutral. In my opinion, call yourself warlock if you want that. Hey, free country. You call yourself whatever you want to call. I am a witch, right? That is what I am. To me, it's gender neutral, like Jew or, you know, Christian or Muslim or whatever, you know, Democrat, Republican, right? It's gender neutral to me. So as a witch and a Virgo, oh fuck, do you think this one's gonna have pieces of me in it? What do you think? This is really about getting your power and your wisdom and your heart, because this is the path of true love, power, and wisdom in balance to alchemize the vengeful, right? Revenge, or just getting things, using your wisdom, what you have learned in a toxic, shadowy, deceptive, yucky, painful, harmful way. Now, let me just pause for a second and say I am not Wiccan. I am an eclectic. Haters gonna hate. But that means I can draw wisdom and truth and power from any system I like. That's why I love Buddhism, Taoism, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. I've got my Eastern stuff, you know. I've got my Western stuff. So I got Tantra on one hand, usually someone else's, and you know, like sex magic on the other, right? So it's like I'm the best of both worlds. I'm an intercontinental fucking field day. So, you know, you get that. You know the Wicked Witch. Now, look, do not give me, you know, the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda. Because if you read Wicked, read the book, right? Glinda wasn't so good, and Elphaba was not so wicked. She was just green. I think that calls for a sip of Wonder Coffee, don't you? Steamy. Let's now clarify that. That's going to be the dominant card in the deck. Now we're going to ask the other pantheons. That the first card and the last card we draw are the collective pantheons. It's all of them together. But now we go for the individual voices within that collective pantheons. The angels, using the Healing with Angels Oracle Doreen Virtue. Here we go. There you are. My angels, please, one card to clarify this witch archetype for this Virgo collective. Sun, oh God, I feel it. Moon, rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. We've got the witch archetype. What would you like to add to that, please, my angels? Please clarify this one. Oh, friendship. Well, that's good, right? So friendly witch, or a witch dealing with friendship, right? That feels very good. So this already could be positioning itself as a relationship that on the path of true love, that you're being friendly this month, right? Like perhaps even to those not just friends, but people in your life. It's like you're putting out an energy of friendliness. Now, you can do that with boundaries. You can do that with clarity. I am nice as fuck to people outside my house, right? Inside my house, that's when I gotta be kind to myself, right? Kind, sweet, a nice guy. I'm a fucking sweetheart. I'm an angel, but my wings are serrated like a bread knife, right? So just don't fuck with me, but blessed be. Blessed be, don't fuck with me. There we go. So there's something like, I feel there's something kind of warm and friendly about this read. So, you know, here's the thing. If I'm your friend, if you're my friend, no, I'm not going to hex somebody for you, but I will bless the crap out of them. Understand the quantum. Go watch Quantum, the Quantum Queen. Brilliant reader. Love her. She has really mastered the language of quantum physics in terms of divination. I haven't run into anybody else online who's doing it. Yeah, really, and the way she is, she's a genius, and I think she's a Pisces. I really adore her. She's great. So shout out. I mean, I haven't met her. I haven't communicated with her. I just watch her vids. She's really good. Okay, so now we're going to do with the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. We are going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to ask the goddesses what's going on with your inner feminine, your divine feminine energy, and we're going to use the Mythic Tarot for the gods to give some information about your masculine. So you look at your own, the relationship between your own divine masculine, divine feminine energy, right? What's that relationship? Because you bet that's, as you heal that, it's going to shift your relationship with everyone else in the world, right? So let's have a look. Breathe. See, the energy is getting high, and that's great. But if I tense, it goes, I become like a machine gun. It's like, let it flow. These readings are going to take as long as they take. Some are going to be longer than others. My goddesses, please. One card in clarity for the divine feminine energy in this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. One card in clarity, please. Considering we've got the witch archetype, we've got the friendship card there. What's going on in the divine? I can't grab you. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 of Cups, bonding, another friendly card, right? 3 of Cups, friendship. Like when I first learned tarot, it's like, of course, the 2 of Cups. I mean, I started when I was 12. In the book is like the 2 of Cups was like, oh, romance, mutual attraction, right? 2 of Cups. 3 is more like friendship, bonding in this card. So there's an emotional bond here with friends. So that's friendly. That's lovely. No sex on the table yet. No romance on the table yet. I'm okay with that. Now, of course, yeah, that too. Of course, 3 of Cups does often, and this is going on in the collective. Yeah, there it is. Second chakra just went womp womp. Yeah, there may be some third-party stuff going on. There may be some third-party stuff, but just remember, third party is not always a person, right? It can be anything, but that it's affecting this friendship emotionally. So it's a tricky. That's the thing about reading collect is like my second chakra is going, yeah, the witch is being friendly, but the divine feminine kind of feels like, well, I want to enjoy this, but there's something off here, right? It's like something has completed, but a basic completion, a 3. You're not all the way there. So yeah, celebrate, have fun, have fun, have fun in the divine feminine. Bond with your own inner masculine, because that 3 of Cups I just feel like there's something going on with her where she's partying or she's enjoying herself. I mean, I am. I just let go of a crap ton of narcissists from my life. One was a 20-year plus. Actually, two of them were 20-year plus. Just kind of cut them out of my life. Archangel Michael chainsaw action. And it was a third-party situation. It was very, very toxic. So whether that's in me or not, that's really got to be in relationship, because otherwise this feels very friendly. Now, maybe that is me projecting what I've gone through on the cards, and I'll own that. Absolutely, I'll own that. That's part of being an intuitive. It's like, is this me? Is this them? And that's why we're going to keep clarifying, but not with this deck. Excuse me while I run on. My gods, let's clarify this then. Please, we got this witch archetype with friendship. And Three of Cups, bonding. Feels very friendly, but no, that's in my second chakra. What is that? There's something off here too. Please, one card in clarity about the Divine Masculine in this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What's going on here? Please, my gods. Knight of Pentacles, the Virgo card. Now, I know other readers will say, oh, it's the earth signs, it's, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but in the Mythic Tarot, as well as in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the symbolism is very specific. This, I mean, he's carrying a wheat stalk. Yeah, this is Virgo. Her workbook, the Mythic Tarot workbook, which I got, I found it on Amazon. So I used to have it when I was like, what, in my 20s, when I read this deck when I lived in Boston. Yeah, that slow moving, careful. So the Divine Feminine may very well be feeling this very, very strong connection. But because we are Virgos, this is about the masculine energy of that, right? Like demonstrative, to demonstrate love perhaps to the Divine Feminine. Right? Does that make sense? To love the self, to be friendly with the self, to be friendly with the masculine and feminine, because they don't always agree. Right? The Divine Feminine can be saying, let's go, let's party, let's have fun. Lord knows mine is. But, you know, the Virgo mind can be like, well, but let's be careful, let's be slow. And certainly, that's what I mean. If there is some kind of weird deception, third party, you know, and again, third party can be, I don't want to say somebody's illness, but, you know, like somebody's work life, right? Or someone in their family. It can be a person, but let's be clear, it can also be their financial issues. So if you've been going through that, yeah, bond, but keep it friendly. Yeah, I am getting that sexual romantic pull. Let's look. Let's just keep going. I think that's just the wisest thing to do. Excuse me, I have to put the cards in the right order and make them symmetrical, otherwise my eyes will twitch. Let's ask the masters. Nothing like some womp womp cards. The Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. One half of the deck is the suit of problems, right? You need to know what that is. What's the lead that the witch here has to deal with this month? But then the other three suits are luck, healing, and grace, right? So half the deck is shadow, half the deck is light. So here we go. My masters, no fooling, not like we ever do. Well, not on camera, not when we're serving, right, Virgo? Please, my masters, one card in clarity for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign witch archetype. Loss. Okay, so you have experienced a loss. Yeah. So that's why your Divine Feminine is ready, your Divine Masculine's not. That's fine. You have experienced a loss, right? And if you look at the card, the dude has had his heart cut out and it's behind him on the path, right? Sort of laying there in the curb. Girl, put your heart on. Plug your shit back in. Open your heart back up. Now look, let's talk about the ego wound of loss, right? Because the higher self can't lose anything. The soul can't lose anything. There are 4 ego wounds. Wounds of abuse. Maybe you were abused, maybe you weren't, right? What are the chances, right? But abusers tend to abuse, right? People who were abused, right, tend to be abusive, or you can then have the second one, the wound of neglect, which is a passive form of abuse, but it's still abuse. But it's neglect. I'm going to starve you, I'm going to ghost you, I'm going to pull back, I'm going to whatever. You get the dynamic, don't ya? right? Then there is the wound of codependence, which is conditional love. I will love you as long as you. Okay, I will love you as long as you. Now, that's not about healthy boundaries. That's about, I'm going to always be in your corner, but you have to agree with me. You have to do what I say. Huh? Right? That's conditional love. That's not healthy, right? Boundaries, self-esteem, worthiness, all that shit. Maybe you have survived and incarnated into a pattern, into a lifetime where there is no abuse, there is no neglect, there is no codependence. Who was your lawyer coming in? How'd you get that role? But the wound of loss, everybody has, because loss is the opposite of gain, which they're not opposites, they are cyclic. The gain is, we did nothing to get the gain, we did nothing to deserve the loss. It's just how it goes. It's like, oh no, it's winter, what did I do wrong? Or yay, it's spring, look what I made happen. No, that's the fifth dimensional truth about it, is that this is all scripted. This is a quantum game. You are a soul that was chosen to play the role, and the name of the role is the name of the personality. The soul in this body, who's you in the guidance of this reading, took on the role of Angelo, Lyons. They said, you, and I'm not going to use my spirit, my soul name on camera, you just had a really, really rough last life, but man, you came around to forgiveness at the end. You think you're ready for a real challenge? And I was like, why? And then they must have shown me like the character breakdown, right? The character description and some of the things that were happening in the script in the game. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I want to do this. I want to do this. This looks great. Purple long-haired gay witch. Rock on, right? So we all have to deal with the wounds of loss. It's scripted in here. So it's not, you have to participate in it, but we all experience loss, but the soul does not experience loss. The personality and the ego, and of course the collective experiences loss. But you might as well say then spring is the loss of winter. I mean, it is, but it's part of renewal and erosion, around and around and around it goes. And we've done nothing wrong. This is a quantum game. All the outcomes have already been scripted. It really is like a single shooter video game. Not that I've ever played one. That's not my thing. But I know what they are. I'm hip. I have millennials in my life. So you get that? So of course the Virgo wants to go slow. But you know what? It feels like the divine feminine's ready to party, ready to bond. But this divine masculine, it makes sense that there is a fear of loss here, or a fear of being wounded, and as a result losing something that was gained, perhaps a friendship. Which, all right. The higher selves of all involved, of course my own included. I no longer try and tell them not to. The more I tell them, please don't bring me up in these cards, the more they do. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Just do it through me. Let it be helpful. Let it may be truly helpful to whoever watches this. Please, the higher selves of all involved, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Witch, dealing with friendship. The Three of Cups feels very lovely, but there's that fly in the ointment, and that Knight of Pentacles, the Divine Masculine is picking up on it, that there's some loss that's gone on here, perhaps even some healing of wounds of loss from something in the past. And so yeah, it's interesting. The Divine Feminine is the one wanting to go for it, feeling the bond, feeling the connection, feeling the flow, doing the bull dance. But the Divine Masculine is like, yeah, okay, but we're taking this one step at a time. Truly, like protecting his Divine Feminine, right? It's like, we're going to go slow. We're going to take this one grain of sand at a time. We're going to see what's happening, because we're not going through that. Not that we're not going to go through loss again, but we're not going to go through what we just went through again. Right? So also now they're telling me that this card of friendliness is about being friendly to the child within the heart. Like instead of the Wicked Witch turning him into a black cat, Hocus Pocus. I actually named my middle, one of my boys Banks, and that was right before the movie came out. I thought that was kind of cool. Timing. Ticka, 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 ticka. All right. I'm putting it off because I love this deck, the Oracle. The Whispers of Love Oracle, really, really good. So please, you know what we need to know, higher selves of all involved. What's going on for the Virgo collective? November. Slow down. Yes. Slow down. What does a yellow light mean? Reverend Jim. Slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. So, which is good. The Divine Masculine's like, oh, great. It's not going down today. Fabulous. I feel like there's going to be a reconnection here. It could be ex-boyfriend flash flood, ex-lover, ex-girlfriend flash flood coming in wanting to be friendly, but just slow your roll. Slow your roll. There's still some wounds of loss going on here in the picture that need to be healed. Now, how do you heal a wound of loss? You love the child inside of you that feels lost, that is afraid of loss, even if it's not something fresh. If you're like, I can't, we're going to lose again, we're going to lose the game. Like, maybe it's not just about having something cut out, but maybe it's about, I'm going to lose on this one. Completely understandable, but that child needs to be heard and loved, but not, you don't let a child drive, right? You let that, the light child, the angel child, the higher self, the innocence within your heart is going to say, I really want that. I really want that. And you say, okay, we're going to do that. That's what feels like going on here. And the Divine Feminine, she's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play. But the Divine Masculine is, yes, but we're not going to go run out in the street in traffic either. We're going to go nice and slow down. Good. Oh, this is the new deck. This is the new deck, the Journey of Love. Holy crap, holy. I got it in Saratoga visiting my family last time I went up. The author is Alana Fairchild. The artist, I believe, is Rassouli, Rassouli. And Richard Cohen, Cohn, I believe, is the poet. And those last two might be reversed. My apologies if you're watching this. I'm doing a read, you know what I mean? These are wonderful. Every time I use them for my own stuff going on, I'm like, oh my god, that's so accurate. That's so amazing. So even in the previous reads that I've done, this would be the 6th in this series. Oh, I used it in the True Lovers Collective read too. Wonderful. So let's do this. So we started with this Caroline Myss archetype cards from the collective pantheons. They'll pull this one too. Breathe. Slow down. Take a few deep breaths. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please one card for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for November 2019. We've got the card of the Witch from the collective pantheons. We've got the card of friendship from the angels. We've got the card of bonding, the 3 of Cups from the goddesses for the Divine Feminine within this Virgo. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Virgo card from the gods, representing the Divine Masculine within this Virgo collective here. We've got the card of loss from the Masters, and we've got slow down from the collective higher selves of all involved. So please, collective pantheons, one card to clarify. The Blood Dance. The Blood Dance. So it's a really cool card. Now it sounds a little messy. It sounds. Oh no, the image just popped into my mind. I have to read it from the book. I don't know them yet. Slam dance gone wrong. The Blood Dance. What time of the month is it? So sorry. Sorry, I have that sense of humor. I can develop harsh shit with, harsh truth. With humor and an open heart, right? So yeah, I'm gonna read it from the book because, I don't know these well enough yet to do it, but they're so right on. So here we go. One of the previous signs got this one. Breathe. The heart craves life and the blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. The desire and the action. The movement of cycles. Drawing in and letting go, rushing to the center and pushing far away to the extremes. It is the cycle of relationship, dancing between self and other, into oneness and into individuality. Right? You know what I'm saying, that experiencing the divine and then embodying it, right? Feeling connected to the one and then not so much. So it is with human beings in relationship, with each other and with human beings and the divine essence. Sometimes the heart of God feels so close. I'm a mystic. It does. It's as though our own inner passion is the very blood rushing through it. Then we journey far, bringing our nourishment to where it is needed, to those who are cold and lonely, to the farthest reaches of our own dark self, that we may, if very brave, there's a word to underline, dare to love completely, though we can be lonely for the warmth of the center then, craving that feeling of being at home. Soon enough we are called back to the core of the divine heart, and the cycle continues. Remember that you are always in this dance of life. You are never apart from the divine. It's just that sometimes in our natural flow it is easier to feel that divine presence than other times. Yet you are always the blood connected to the heart. Now that's the description. The oracular part is next. I'll read that. But like really take that in, right? Like in this relationship, there's this right, like the breath, but with the blood, right? The passion, the life force moving through you in this relationship. This isn't necessarily about one relationship. This is about you, right? Even though we've got a court card here, it's your court card. It is the Pisces, the Virgo card. So that thing of the blood dance of right now, it may very be, it's like, okay, I'm going to really go, I'm going to hermit, heal, and then now let's see what happens with that. It's like, oh, that was great. Now let's go back and forth. Not necessarily in a push-pull relationship, but that would make sense now with this thing of friendship, wanting to be friendly about something, while at the same time carrying or dealing with or healing a wound of loss. Maybe fear of loss, that if you go forward with this bonding, even in a friendly way, that there's going to be loss there. And what does it say? Slow down. Let's read the oracle, right? Breathe. Move that blood. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are connected to the divine source, to all that is. If you are experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connection, or intuition, be reassured that this is temporary and part of the cycle of life. Soon, all connections shall return with even greater warmth and nourishment, welcoming you home again with great love. If you feel you have been journeying in life and fear that you have lost your way, do not trouble yourself, precious soul. You are never far from the divine heart and will always be called home. So there you get it. It's like any relationship issues, any distance, anything, that it's retrograde. We're ex-lover flash flood. But that, like, it feels like even being friendly right here, because I felt this started off so, like, yay, happy, but then that Three of Cups, it was like, there's something in the way here. It's not just a relationship, and that's what the divine feminine, she wants to party, she wants to play, but the divine masculine is saying, well, slow down, which is totally mirrored in that card. Now, the poem. Breathe. Love's language speaks like sound of falling leaves, caressing wind to bear aroma sweet. You ask if I can love in measure true, and give emotions weight the scales do. Each tear releases more than words can say, expressing all my heart wants to convey. So yeah, this blood dance, right? It's like going in, healing, loving what rises, loving me, self-esteem, right? Being honorable, tending that child within the heart, and then taking that out into your relationships. Look, we are servants, but that we have to make sure that we are nourished before we give. And in relationships, there is that natural dance back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This can speak of a friendly reconciliation, but it's got to go slow. If you were burnt, if you were abused, look, my rule is, like, abuse you're gone, right? That I do that for my child. I made a vow to that child to guard that child. And as a result, this child tells me what's going on, what he's feeling, what he needs. So sometimes in the middle of the day, I'll just be like, what's wrong, honey? All right. Are you okay? Talk to me. I love you. It's okay, right? And what does that do? That brings me into the position of the higher self, to love that child. It's right. The higher self is loving me. I'm loving the child. And it's just this channel of divine energy that connects me to the heart of the divine. And then to express that through my relationships, through my conduct, but that doesn't mean without boundaries, right? That you do this clearly, that you do this cleanly, and it is a learning curve. This is a very kind of heavy-duty thing, but let's keep in mind the witch, you've already got the wisdom in you. Maybe you just don't know that you have the wisdom. Where does the wisdom come from? Experience. Look, I'm a pretty good cook. I love to cook. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook because I post pictures because I love what I cook. I made this huge vat of bolognese on Sunday night. I will use it in everything except coffee. But, you know, creme brulee, not so much. I would have to first get the knowledge, a blowtorch. You do not want me with a blowtorch, right? But who the fuck does it perfect day one, right? It's through your mistakes you learn. So, of course, there have been mistakes here made. I mean, there's some loss here, let's do this. So the witch and friend, like trying to be friendly, right, in your light side, it's like, no, I'm the friendly witch. I'm going to use my wisdom friendly here, but don't fuck with me at the same time, right? With this emotional bonding, perhaps it is you and somebody trying to come together or coming together in a friendly way, maybe to see what happens. Again, nothing overtly romantic sexual in that. But with this divine feminine feeling like, oh, I'm feeling the bond, and the divine masculine is saying, okay, but, you know, it's going to be stable, it's going to be boundaries. Remember, it's almost like Virgo is the sign of creating healthy boundaries. Why? Because we cross our legs. We're the virgin. But that doesn't mean that you can't allow penetration if it is healthy, wise, right? And sometimes you don't know what that is until you do it, right? But then there is this wound of loss or a fear of loss. It's a heavy psychic weight. It's in the collective. I don't mean the collective of my pantheons. I mean in the human collective, in the collective unconscious, right? The fear of loss. But loss and gain, Mel Brooks. It's just part of the natural cycle of life. And just like the blood dance, it is that come and go. It comes, it goes. It comes. You inhale, you exhale. The blood comes to the heart, gets oxygenated, goes down through the entire system, comes back carbon dioxided, whatever that is, and you exhale. It's all part of the same thing. So there's a rhythm and flow going on the path of true love for you. But remember, slow down. I know they did them out of order, but that would make sense. Cool. Card drop. That was really, really, really cool. Be the witch you are. Be the witch that you want to be, right? Be friendly with yourself. Make sure that when if someone is coming in for reconciliation just because it's fucking Mercury retrograde, you know, for no other reason, but in Scorpio, right? Things being revealed, mysteries, deceptions being revealed. Just be friendly. Mind your conduct. Do not do to them what they did to you. That's how you avoid becoming an abuser or a neglector, right? So that you have to replay both sides of that over and over and over again. But that doesn't mean you give them the key to your house. That doesn't mean you give them your PIN code. Change the locks if necessary. I did. Right? Oh, may the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for November 2019, that they may grow, that they may heal, that they become the best that they can be, that they can really embrace their wisdom, their friendship, their bonding, their process to deal and heal with whatever losses through slowing down and just allowing the blood dance to do its thing, to go with that flow for the well-being of all, and so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you have not yet. Go check your other signs. Go check my description box. There's some hot stuff down there that might be helpful along the way. But for now, my darlings, my Virgos, right, this should be our sign. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed, blessed be.